all my fellow zombies everywhere, which is the zombie from Roseman, California. We're going to switch that title. It is November 1st, 2021. However, the identity still remains the same. It's still the Weaver of John Cameron, living in the insane asylum of Roseman, California, that little speck of a place that when you blink, driving past the 14 freeway, on the way to wherever you're going, you miss the place. The doorway to Edwards Air Force Base. And no, I'm not advertising them, I'm just explaining. Good night, guys. Now, I know I posted a lot of stuff on there, and sometimes I keep it hidden in private at sometimes when I get into, well, the emotional situations. I'm crying over shows and TVs and stuff like that. It's usually when the triggers are activated again. As you know, the grief has been still kicking my butt left and right. You guys been keeping track of the videos left and right. You know that losing family members deep and close to you, it changes a person entirely, including behaviors and patterns and actions, decisions, lifestyle changes, everything changes. And how does one deal with it all? When I lost my brother, the latest one of my family passed away. And I'll tell you, 55 years of seeing a lot of people pass away. It does things to a person. I don't know how much and how long a person can actually compartmentalize all the pain and grief and agony and everything else. But sometimes there are points where they just burst and then the old behavior is swept away and the new person is like, I used to have hair-cutted hair at one time. Now we got long hair. What happened? Well, what happened when things turn out the way nobody expected and you find yourself struggling alone, this is what happens. I watch television shows a great deal just to get time passed. What happens when you're disabled? Too many damn times, too many damn ways. But I'm watching certain shows that actually are enjoyable, but they're also triggers for me as well, concerning about my handling of my stability and grieving in public. When I see things related to family, near term family, I'm seeing it on screen, I'm seeing it in person, I'm hearing people about it. I know my trigger has already been set off. I'm just waiting for the effects to kick in. And I'm watching a show like 911, Fox. I have enjoyed emergency series when it comes down for fire and ambulance and police. Watched a lot of that growing up as a kid. 55-year-old Ford. I'd seen a lot of it. And to me, if it was just not one of those kind of times where I'm going to be freaking out like crazy, it's one of those shows I can just watch and just vegetate on and just enjoy it. Just enjoy it for the work. But there have been times that right after my brother's passing in 2018, in September of 2018, that everything else as I said before changed, including behaviors and enjoyment of television shows. And I'm watching the show for the first time. And I'm crying my eyeballs out. Almost at nearly every episode, it actually has an emotional trigger hidden in it. It's not the writer's fault, if I'm standing and saying. They're making a completely enjoyable, moving, emotionally moving vehicle here that transports the viewer into the world of what they're creating at this point over here, and you're part of it. And the emotions that I'm getting out of myself, that I'm streaming through a hell of a lot of heaving and tears, it's key points of being hit. My chart has already been hit. All I just needed was the outflow. I needed that little one crack in the whole dam to start appearing and start leaking out, and then everything else followed right afterwards. I'm going to be using a boy with a thumb in the dike again, or a finger in the dike. But in this situation, the dam's already been hastily rebuilt and then crumbled again, hastily built, crumbled again, hastily built, crumbled again. Because every time there's been an emotional situation happening in those days, I'm watching them in those times. Either I've had a lousy day and I was already primed for this, or I didn't expect it, and then boom. The pictures that you see on the cabinet behind me, a lot of the videos I have been trying to explain over the past couple of years how I've been dealing with, besides the biological warfare, but it's also the personal hell I've been going through since losing my big brother back in 2018. The gentleman that you see in the other picture, right next to the woman, that's my mother, Marianne Shaw. That's my brother David Shaw. And that's the mama. That picture was taken when Mama was going over to the MRI, and she had to be sedated because those machines are loud and they're bulky, and she didn't like machines like that because they're claustrophobic. So she had to take an Ativan. Actually, she took a couple. So when my brother took a picture over there, she was just plastered. Perfect time for her to get under the machine, to get it done, get it over with. Because she would panic under those things. But it was something my brother and I could chuckle over for years to come. See our mother's stone. Of course, when my mother saw that afterwards, I don't think my brother ever looked it down. I don't know if I ever looked it down. She didn't give me any more problems because I was taken by my brother, not me. Every time I kept saying about the 911 shows coming up and family situations happen, I'm seeing the crew of the 118 fire station. I'm seeing the police department. I'm seeing how a police captain is relating to a sergeant who's been through a hell of a lot. Claudia Christian. Yeah, I remember her for the 90s. Definitely. And that besides the Babylon 5. I'm talking about that movie. It was a little bit after that. The Chase with Charlie Sheen in it. Well, I'm not mistaken, she was also in a few other films. Horror films. But even watching Babylon 5 these days, it still gives me the emotional issues. Like I've been watching every other show that offers the triggers, including 9/11. There's no complaints about it. It's just what I'm saying is, in my own situation, in my own condition, where I'm trying to deal with the turbulence that's going on inside of my heart, my soul, with lack of a heart, actually, because I got a hole in there now. It's still trying to slowly heal, if there's any healing in there. And not to mention the screwed up mental synapses I've got right now. The neuron's been firing in the most erratic way. That my functionality is not where it should be. I would not be crying over television shows or movies that actually would strike a human tone. If a death of a person would happen, my reaction towards it would be like, okay, so what? Prior, several years ago. Okay, fine, he did it. Now what? Okay, he's a character on a television show, big deal. Not in real life, though. I happen to see it in real life, and yeah, okay, I feel sorry for that person because they lost a family member. And the problem is, during that time, I would not feel it because I hadn't lost a family member. At least not that close one to me. Except after losing, let's see, my mother back in 2013, old age got her, respiratory, breathing, everything else under the sun hitting her. It was her time to die. My brother, smoking, type 2, COPD, not to mention PTSD, a whole slew of it. The man was only 60. The man was only 60. And what scared the hell out of me is I'm seeing my brother passing away before my eyes before I had even realized it. And then seeing him being wheeled through the ER as a slab of meat. And the only thing I could do is scream and yell. In anger, terror, and fear, and confusion, and anguish, and everything else at this guy. Get him up. He's already hung on. He's already cold. He's already cold. So every time I keep seeing family members, one way or another, or have dealings with family members, I have to hold it in. Because now I understand more and more what people are saying about losing family members left and right. When you have characters being threatened, and some of them are going to be losing family members or under the threat of losing family members, yeah, it does strike a chord. Because I'm wondering if they're going to be living alive, if they're going to be living or not, if they're going to be alive or not. When I see family members and team members and people being reunited left to right, it's supposed to be a heartfelt moment. I actually do feel the heartfelt moment. And it's not just one little tear coming out. It's Niagara Falls. And it's like I will be needing the intubation at this point over here to keep the breathing going. Because I'm squeezing the lungs out of every microgram of air they've got in it, of every molecule. And that hurts. That hurts when I feel and grieve that deeply, when I have to emote that deeply, that I can't tell you how much that hurts. I wanted to give a letter to the cast and crew of 9/11 on this. I wanted to do a video to tell them my thanks for the writing that they have. For nearly 4 seasons they've been doing this thing. And they've been hitting a hell of a lot of emotional chords at this point over here. A lot of emotional points. Highlights, lowlights. The emotional roller coaster that I feel these days. One of those shows, 911, is doing sort of triggering because it triggers the same common theme: family. Family. to me is the most important damn thing in my life. And I'll tell you something, when you realize it and you lose it, you only realize it too damn late. But I don't think I did realize it too late. But it still hurts like hell. I know I did everything else I could to be part of my family. I had been a caregiver for the last several years in each of their lives. I had helped out my brother when we were taking care of Ma, and she was disabled the last several years of her life. And she passes away, and my brother's getting ill, is having ailment issues. And then his younger brother has to take care of him. A lot of things I wasn't exactly happy to do, but I did it anyway. So was my brother, his family. Do a lot for family. A lot of the same things you do for family. And you do it out of love. A lot of love. And when you realize that they're gone, I know I've been told by other pastors, other people that smile, laugh. Sure that you can smile, you can laugh about them. Maybe when it's appropriate, but the rest of the time I'm squeezing it every damn microgram of oxygen out of my damn chest. Especially when I get triggered and I'm crying like crazy. And I don't cry in public, I cry in private. Because I'm embarrassed to sell. I'm embarrassed to sell to show how human I am to a lot of people. And it scares the hell out of me. It scares the hell out of me that I have to see the reality of humanity this morning over here, of how human sometimes being that way in public scares the hell out of people. And there's a lot of confusion out there that they don't know how to deal with or understand. Too much of it, unfortunately. This is not the exact letter I wanted to say. I mean, there have been a lot of fan letters probably expressing a lot of well-wishing. But I wanted to say that I was appreciative and still a fan of 911 shows. Because they're offering something I haven't seen in a long while that still stirs me, and as I said before, damn near cripples me. Especially when I have to go on that damn roller coaster again. So the only thing I gotta say for them is thank you. From the bottom of my heart. I had also been a sci-fi fanatic for a hell of a long time. I had been a Star Trek child of sorts. When it came out in '66, that was my year that I was hatched. Same year it was born. So yeah, I got a life of Trekkie. Or Trekker, however these guys actually want to argue with themselves. For decades they've been doing it. And yes, I had been, oh God, how many things did they actually call them? Orlon, these things, or God. What is wrong with being Centauri? What is wrong with being Centauri proud? I don't know about that one. But yes, I enjoyed Babylon 5. Some of the older British sci-fi shows. So much of them. Stayed away from a lot of horror, but some films actually I did watch. I never could like that film with the ball coming towards your head and ready to turn you into a fountain of red goo. I avoid mausoleums like a holocaust. Anyway, I just wanted to make introductions and let the cast and crew know how I feel about the show, and I hope it continues. I may be one of those rare people that actually puts out these kind of videos to drive other people crazy. Want to watch insanity? Watch my own damn videos. I'll put you to sleep. You don't need Sominex. You don't need Adderall. You don't need any kind of medication. I'll put you to sleep with my own damn videos. You listen to my drone of my voice over here and listen to my sob story, and they'll be either driven mad enough to go to sleep or just stay away from me altogether. There's time for humor and levity and brevity. And at other times there are time for seriousness to bring the issue close to home. So anyway, again, my thanks. And I wish you success. And Miss Christensen, Miss Claudia, if I may call you such. You still got what it looks. You still got what it takes. At least I will say that out. Take care.